So this is a brief review on how to use the order of operations to solve problems involving integers. So in this particular example, a couple things you have to remember. The first thing is that the bar in a fraction just represents division. And in math, whenever there's a bar like that, it's understood that there's a bracket separating the top from the bottom. So your first step would be to evaluate what the top of the fraction would equal, then evaluate what the bottom of the fraction would equal, and then do the division. So if we get started on that, negative 15 plus 29 is 14, and 2 minus negative 5 is 7, and then we'll just write the plus 8. And so now all this means is 14 divided by 7, which is 2, and 2 plus 8 is 10, and that's the final answer. So let's try another problem. So in this one, again, following BEDMAS, the first thing you have to do is what's inside the brackets. So we'll just write the 4, and 2 minus 5 is negative 3, and then add the 19. Now in this case, a couple things that you need to remember. A bracket in math, whenever there isn't a sign in between, means to multiply. So it's understood that this section here means 4 times negative 3. So we're going to do that next because BEDMAS says to multiply next. So 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. And then again, we just write the plus 9. Remember, whenever you're doing an order of operations question, don't change the way that the question is written. So the 19 will always go at the end. And now finally, negative 12 plus 19 is 7, and that is the final answer. So we'll look at one more problem. And in this one, again, there's a lot of things going on. So first of all, we go through BEDMAS. We have to do what's in the brackets first. But at the same time, if we want, we can also do the 5 times negative 4, because that's sort of independent of the negative 4 plus 14. So my first step is going to be to do 5 times negative 4, which is negative 20, divided by, and then the brackets, which is negative 4 plus 14, which will be 10. And then subtract negative 2. Now, if you don't like that, you can do it in 2 steps. So you can do the bracket part first, then do the multiplication part. You don't have to do it all in one. And now, negative 20 divided by 10 is negative 2. Again, we always divide before subtracting. And in this case, negative 2 minus negative 2. Remember, when you subtract a negative, it's like adding. So that's like saying negative 2 plus positive 2, and that's going to give you 0. So this answer is going to be 0. If you need help on any of this, come and see me for help. Hopefully that was just enough to give you a quick refresher on how to use the order of operations to answer questions involving integers.